Okay, sidle up real close and take this in, because I'm about to give you the actual secret to turning your life into one you can be proud to be living. Big claim, I know, but I'm in a unique position to make a claim like this. Let's make good and sure you are in the exact right place. Does any of this sound like you? You want to make a fair and honest living online, ideally one that provides actual value to people. You need to find a way to do it that doesn't involve yet another crazy miracle plan. You've had it with idiot gurus who read a damn book and now think they are experts. You know there's money to be made online, thanks to all the others you already see doing it. Well, my friend, if you answered yes to even one or two of the above points, I can tell you for sure you are in the right place. Hi, my name is Tom Bell. I've been at this internet earnings thing for going on 23 years now, and I've been blessed with a little over $250 million in online earnings. I was here before online video, before Google, before Facebook. Heck, longer than many of these current wannabe gurus have even been alive. Let's just put it like this. I'm not some one-trick pony who happened to stumble across a lucky money-making idea one day. I've got decades of repeatable success secrets under my belt, all for you to benefit from. And after everything I've seen, there is one way of earning a fair living online that anybody is capable of doing. Okay, wait, hold on. I want to make a commitment to you right now to never even come close to telling even the tiniest lie. So let me qualify the term anybody for you. Cool? By anybody, I mean you can read and write reasonably well. If your English teacher thought you weren't quite snooty enough, that's even better. You have access to at least one device that is on the World Wide Web. Heck, even a cell phone will do. You have the mental capacity to follow clearly written directions and are not too proud to ask for help when you need it. You're about to get your hands on a sort of easy button that I can only wish I had access to back in the early days. A software helping hand that makes things an order of magnitude easier and, even more importantly, makes your ongoing success possible. Will there still be a little effort? Sure. I already told you I won't be acting like one of those get-rich-overnight morons, but this method is a lot less effort to build actual earnings than ever before. I can promise you that. Okay. Now that we have all that out of the way, so here comes the hard one. It's a big help if you're really interested in something. Can be pretty much anything, really. Fly fishing, Irish setters, crochet. I mean, there are thousands of examples of what I'm talking about here. Pretty much anything that others may be interested in as well. Do you have to be all that interested in any particular thing? Not really, but it does make life a little better. And it does allow you to tell all your friends you made all that good money doing something you love. So, what's the part about all this I am so darn excited about? This method I'm referring to, a way to earn good money online, has never failed for anyone I've taught it to who has taken the steps necessary to actually do it. Not one. Think about it. You finally get to be your own boss. Spend the bulk of your own time doing things you want to be doing. And, best of all, if you decide for yourself that you want to earn more money for some particular thing you want, say a new car, a nice trip, college for the kids, or whatever it is, just rinse and repeat the process I'm about to lay out for you until you get to where you want to be financially. You get to forget what having to worry about failure even feels like, and be the one in actual control of your life for a change. Nice. On top of that, it's so damn easy to do, it's not even funny. I don't want to go as far as calling it push-button simple, but it's getting so damn close to that. Let's just say I am more than a little excited for your prospects at winning this game you're looking to be playing, my friend. You don't need to be a drop-dead expert at anything. You can start from the exact place you find yourself occupying right now and build from there. No kidding. Further, the method I'll share with you today guarantees you'll enjoy it too, which means the actual doing it part will be 100% natural and pleasurable. This will all make perfect sense in a minute or two. Before we dig in, though, I feel like I need to apologize in advance, friend. The method I'm about to share, it isn't all that sexy on the face of it. And this unsexiness is, once you think about it, why this approach makes you pretty much untouchable when it comes to competitors. There isn't a supermodel or Lambo in sight. Not for now, anyway. You won't get to brag about outsmarting Google or YouTube or exploiting little-known loopholes anywhere on the internet, or anything even like that. Again, I'll soon share exactly how and why this keeps you making money while others keep scrambling for table scraps. Oh, and you won't be getting some big overblown staff to run and get you coffee whenever you tell them to. But you will earn a solid living, assuming you're a good person deep down and actually want to make the world a little bit better. Just like the thousands of others I've taught this to over the years. You will get to be as public or private about your success as you decide to be. You won't need to outsmart anyone. In fact, this method will wind up getting the world's biggest tech company helping you out for free, willingly. And when it comes to needing a big staff, I've been there. Not needing anyone is way better any day of the week. The absolute best part, though, you'll almost certainly be doing something you like so much, you'd probably be doing it for free anyway. All right, so for all this to make better sense, here's that story I promised you earlier. Let's call the main character Jim. He is a representation of over 11,000 students I've taught so far, and I'm starting to have a feeling he represents you too in a few ways. See, Jim's an okay guy. He used to carry his sweetheart's book back in high school, helps old folks across the road at busy intersections. Heck, he even overspends more often than not at the Secret Santa at Christmas time where he used to work over at the insurance company. Here's what Jim couldn't do to save his damn life, though. He couldn't turn his dreams of earning double money online into reality. It wasn't for a lack of trying, though. He bought dozens of courses on all types of topics. He sprung for all sorts of crazy shortcuts that promised would make him rich overnight. Hell, he even made $19.06 on one of his tries before he gave up. Something about flipping cell phone antenna boosters over on eBay. His friends all mostly wrote him off as crazy. His family was pretty pissed most of the time, thanks to the lack of decent money coming in. And his wife? Let's just say that the joy he was used to in his marriage wasn't around nearly as much as it used to be. Just so you know, in the marriage department, there's a lot more to it than that, about how bad things kept on getting, but you strike me as a smart person, my friend. You followed along this far, so I think you get the point. In short, life for Jim wasn't working out nearly as good as he was hoping for. Until back in June of last year, that is. It's important that I set the scene just right for you just about now, because, well, this is where everything turns around. And if you look away for even a second, it's going to slip straight past you, just like it does for so many others. Jim was sitting with Mark and Fred down by the side of the river the next town over from his house there in Chattanooga. Mark says to him, "Hey, Jim, what fly should I be using if I want to get me a nice big bass this time?" Bingo. Now, follow with me here. See, in addition to wanting to make a living online real bad, Mr. Jim is a super good fly fisherman. We're talking fishing every chance he gets till it's pitch black outside level of good. Now, do I like any kind of fishing all that much? Not really. Do you? I don't know. But Jim here does. And here comes the tiny little insight that I think is going to change everything for you. Of course, Jim answered the question for Mark, and he thought to himself, what if I wrote this down? In that moment, Jim's blog was born. Now, of course, he had to go off and do a little actual writing and put some things together. But the decision had been made, and with that, he was well on his way. Now, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. Blogs are not sexy. They aren't the latest thing by any stretch of the imagination. And here's the really sad part, if you ask me. They don't require a ton of help or crazy software from some guru to get one done. In other words, showing folks how to build a simple blog isn't a good enough moneymaker for the greedy, wannabe Lambo-driving guru guys to be talking about. So they don't. And that's a shame for one big reason. Blogs are super stable when it comes to making money. They are about as reliable as a fine old watch. You count on them through thick and thin. In fact, after nearly 23 years, everyone who I've seen stick with it has made good money with their blog. And hell, I've seen folks fail at pretty much every other kind of business under the sun. Think about that for a minute. Even safe bets, like opening a McDonald's, if you happen to have $1.8 million laying around, that is, Yes, I've seen plenty of closed down McDonald's. Real estate? Don't even get me started. 2008? No fun at all. For these people, 10 years of work became worthless almost overnight. Couldn't pay their bills. Had to sell their worthless houses to pay the interest on other worthless houses. No fun. No fun at all. So, with these other quote-unquote tried-and-true earnings methods letting so many people down, how is it that out of tens of thousands of blogs I've seen started properly, and not one of them fails to make their owner a fair living, why on earth isn't everyone doing it? Well, 3 reasons really. 1, I just mentioned. It doesn't make the gurus all that much money to talk about, not doing it the real way anyways. I'll get into that in a little bit. The other 2 reasons everybody and their brother isn't flocking over to blogging and jamming the whole internet with crap is pretty much a perfect 1-2 punch for the ones smart enough to take their shot. Here's what I mean. The thing is, blogs need to be a few things in order to work well. They need to be interesting to the reader and not look like they were written by someone who has no business writing. In the past, this has kept lots of people out of the game. Don't worry though, I have you absolutely covered on this one. Even if you can't write to save your own life. The writer usually needs to have a fairly deep knowledge of the topic they are writing about, or have hours upon hours of free time to do lots of research. Or, at a bare minimum, they at least know more than the person reading their blog might know. On this one, I gotta say, I'm an optimist. I'm betting you do know a lot about one or more topics, but even if you don't, I've got you well covered on that front as well. Because today, you're getting access to a method that'll point you towards some head-spinningly clever software to do most of the research for you. So even intermediates and beginners can write blog posts with blog topics, making their owners as much as $400,000 per year. That's over $400,000 for topics like dressing up in old-fashioned clothing just for the fun of it, how to build custom cat scratching posts in cat beds, how to teach teenagers how to drive without wanting to rip your hair out, how to build Lego sculptures of the darndest things you've ever seen, how to tell edible plants from poisonous ones in an apocalypse. I'm sure you get the idea. If you can dream up pretty much anything, there are people out there who will stick around to read anything you post. The last big reason everyone isn't blogging to make themselves a good living. In today's world of instant gratification, too many bozos think the following wrong thought. If it don't make me rich overnight, I'm not gonna bother doing it. To these people I say this. Thank you so much for thinking that way, friend. That leaves more money to go around for me and my students. Side note. There's a phrase that the fancy venture capitalists use when they are about to invest in any online company. It's called barrier to entry, which describes just how hard it will be for someone to come in and do exactly what you're doing in the same way and take away your market share. When they say barrier to entry, they are usually describing cost. In other words, hey, this has a high barrier to entry because it would cost the competitor $6 million to compete with us. So how does this same mile-high barrier to entry apply when we're talking about an online business that costs next to nothing to get into? Time, my friend. Just a little time is all. I'm about to lay out for you exactly how to win at this blogging thing, and make it so pretty much no one will come nipping at your heels once you're winning. Google. Plain and simple. And I'm not talking about tricking Google like the flash-in-the-pan Lambo gurus all like to go on and on about. No. The way I do things is to show you precisely the way Google wants you to be doing things, right down to the letter, which puts the world's most powerful tech company on your side for a change, as opposed to everyone who's running a scheme they're hoping the big boys and their powerful lawyers won't find out about. Now, follow along with me here, because this is about to get real good for the ones like you who like to do things the right way. As we all know, Google got to be one of the world's biggest companies on Earth by doing just one thing well, bringing people the exact information they are looking for at the precise time they are looking for it. Looking for how to groom your British Bulldog. Yeah, we've got that. Want to know how many eggs belong in an omelet dish for 6 people? Click here. Curious what the best dirt bike might be for your 12-year-old? No problem. See, Google got to where they are by having access to answers. And people just like you and me, real people that is, are the ones to best provide those answers. Everybody wins. Here's the thing though. As powerful and smart as the folks over at Google are, it does take them a little time to figure out that what your blog post is saying is A, legit, and B, what the searcher is looking for based on the search words they just typed in. So, how long will it take before Google starts sending free traffic your way? This is the part that makes me want to jump for joy. It's the single reason that all the unwashed masses don't come crashing in and ruin the party for us. 3 to 6 months for the clicks and earnings to start coming in, and 8 to 12 months for things to get seriously good. And since that, for some crazy reason, is beyond the average nitwit's attention span, life is about to get really nice for the rest of us. Okay, I gotta do this. It's mini rant time. On what planet is a few months too long to wait for something this good? I mean, seriously. What job ever paid somebody $400K plus to talk about cat scratching posts? Let's look at the reality of things here. In the old days, one could write for like 2 hours, and that thing they wrote, after a little while, can make them money over and over again, day in and day out for years on end. With the system you're about to grab, though, that 2 hours is about to shrink to more like 2 minutes. Just saying. I mean, seriously. It takes a little time even to build a typical business, like a store or a restaurant. You gotta build the building, put in all the shelves, all that stuff. Even if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatnot, years of school and thousands upon thousands in crippling student debt. And those piddly few months it takes Google to get cool with the content is what's keeping all those blockheads out of the best game in town when it comes to reliable, solid earnings. You and I are both smarter than that, though. So good riddance to them is what I say. So Tom, you may be thinking, just what is it you've cooked up that's gonna make all this so much faster and easier than before? In other words, what's this new secret sauce I'm so excited about? Well, it all starts with one of my favorite crazy billionaires and one of his favorite under-the-radar projects. This project isn't getting the big press mentions like SpaceX or Tesla and all the world-changing things being done with those companies. But for you and me, I believe it's equally exciting. Yes, we're talking about Mr. Elon Musk, and the quiet little project I'm referring to is called OpenAI. See, a while back he decided to get his feet wet in the world of AI, and one of the first projects his team decided to tackle was natural language processing. In short, natural language processing gives people the ability to talk to a computer in the same way as you'd talk to anybody you'd meet here in the real world. But first, the computer needs to understand how people actually talk. So what did they do? In order to build the most robust piece of software, they got a hold of as many conversations they possibly could. And just how does someone like Elon Musk do that? They copied down the entire internet. That's no small feat either, my friend. They copied down everything they could get their hands on. And the result? I don't want to go nerdy on you, but first off, we are now well and truly able to talk to computers, sure enough. Which means we can also ask computers to do the talking for us. Or, in your case, get the computer to do most of the writing for you. Do you see where this is going? The side benefit to all this downloading the internet stuff is the breakthrough ability for a typical everyday computer, or even a simple phone like the one in your pocket, can now write very good content for the internet. The AI program that Musk's engineers made is called GPT-3, and I found you a software platform that puts GPT-3 to its best use and can write good blog posts at the click of a button. Do you have to use this software to succeed with your new blog? Nope. But if you want yourself a super inexpensive tool that few even know about yet to make things easier, for many, this will be a big help, I'm guessing. Okay, let's spend just a minute recapping things so far. I think we can all agree that the world doesn't need another push this magic button and get rich overnight hoping Google doesn't shut you down gimmick claiming to help you make money online. If you want to learn how to earn an honest living online, it's best to learn from someone who has done it himself. For me, going on 23 years and over 26,400 students so far. It don't much matter to anyone with even half a brain if the earnings vehicle you go with is sexy, so long as it works. It's better to do things the way Google wants them done if you want a long-lasting business, and not have to worry about getting it shut down at any moment. Oh, and one more thing. Easier is good. Faster is good. Easier and faster is way better. Are we on the same page so far? Welcome to My Passion Payday. Before you get started, though, with what's inside, you may be asking yourself, why don't I just go out and look up some YouTube videos to figure all this out? My answer to that question is this. You most certainly can do that. It will take some extra time and a lot more effort for sure, but you could go that route. Here's the real downside to doing it that way, though. If there are 1 million people out there teaching folks how to make money on the internet, I wouldn't be surprised if there are 1,000,001 different methods, techniques, and strategies, all running one on top of another, rarely even agreeing on even the most basic details. And to make things even more interesting, I'd say a solid 95% of the crap you see people teaching out there is something they read from some book written by some other idiot who read it from some other book. Besides, the content you'll find online for free is written to rank, not to help out the people who really need it. In other words, it's kind of rare to see a blueprint that is known to work written by someone who has been in this game for over 23 years now and knows just what he's talking about. Hey, sometimes it's good to be the old guy in the room, okay? Okay, so here's what you'll get if you're the hero I think you are in your own life. Hey, sorry for going all Tony Robbins on you, friend, but you gotta admit, you did make it this far. That kind of says something about you, and how you're able to stick with something when you can see how it's going to help get you to where you're wanting to go. So I don't feel too guilty for using the word hero, just saying. Alrighty then, back to business. Here's what you're about to get. The 100% digital version of the My Passion Payday Guide to solid work-from-home earnings delivered straight to your email address in no time flat. You'll also get full training modules on choosing the right topic and audience for your new blog, zeroing in on a niche that will pay out big and be fun to do, easily creating the money accounts you'll be getting paid with, choosing the best possible name for your profitable new blog, picking out the most profitable and easiest keywords to rank for, a bonus digital copy of 3 free sites you can use to make your blog business go boom. This helpful guide can, for many, be the one golden nugget that makes your new business head straight to the big time with several little-known free sites that you will be very glad to finally know about. A bonus digital copy of where the big money is hiding, even in the early days of your blog business. This simple guide will straight up take you by the hand and show you precisely where your early profits will be coming from, and just how you can best put your hands on them. A must-read for sure. So, Tom, just how much is all this goodness going to cost me? $11,000,097. All right, okay, I apologize. I've always wanted to say that sentence out loud and in public. But on a serious note, though, how much should it cost? Let's assume for a minute that I'm not full of hot air. That I really did help tens of thousands of other people do the exact same thing that you're about to get access to as well. That in 23 years now, every single person who follows through with the simple blueprint you're about to feast your eyes on has won big with it. That there is a serious chance you'll love this way of making great money so much you'd happily do it for nothing, even though you won't have to. What if I'm doing this because I actually get off on seeing people get to live better lives thanks to their decision to listen to what I have to say? What if, indeed? For the record, anybody who knows me and my work well will tell you that all the things I just shared are true. But we're just now getting to know each other, so I know I've got some work to do so I can earn that bit of trust you're about to extend to me. Okay, back to this fun little game of what if. The answer to that question really is up to you. I mean, sure, I could go all used car salesman on you here and promise millions for doing absolutely no work, but we've built this relationship on the frank truth so far, and I don't see any good reason to stop doing that now. Like I was saying before, I know of people writing about super weird topics and making great money. I also know people doing things in a half-assed way and making a lot less than they should be, but still out-earning a typical job, and doing a lot less work. Easy peasy. On the other hand, I know a whole lot of the heavy hitters in the online earnings world, and 7 figures is straight up common. For some of us, 8 or even 9 figures can and has happened. You'll note that I did use the word us just now. I'll leave it at that. I'll wrap up this part of things by saying, just be willing to put in 30 minutes to an hour a day, and this steady, predictable business will treat you right, pay you well, and make you proud. You'll cover all your bills and then some, quit the rat race way before average people, and get to look back at a life of doing what you wanted to do, rather than what you were forced to do. So, how much are we talking here? I can tell you that we sold thousands of the earlier edition of the My Passion Payday Guide to Solid Work-from-Home Earnings for $247. And these early editions didn't have nearly the number of modern tips, techniques, and valid shortcuts that the My Passion Payday Guide to Solid Work-from-Home Earnings has. And don't even get me started about the AI software section. I swear I grew over 1,000 new gray hairs trying to figure out how to make that part as simple for you, the user. So yeah, my conscience would be just fine if I were to charge $497 for the My Passion Payday Guide to Solid Work-from-Home Earnings, given the huge value of the content inside. But that's not what's about to happen. I told you already that I really do get off on helping people live the lives they want to be living. And I've been doing this long enough to know this simple fact. The lower the price, then the more people out there that can afford to do something actually good for themselves. So no, not $497 for the updated, improved book with the bonus add-ons and the done-for-you AI tips, or the $297, which this book has already proven itself to be well worth for those who own it, or $197. Or even $97. Not even the price my partner demanded I sell it for of $67. Nope. The My Passion Payday Guide to Solid Work-from-Home Earnings is all yours right now for just $27. And it'll show you exactly how to get your own cash printing machine that can pay all your bills and then some. Let you quit the rat race way before average people. Give you access to a life of doing what you wanted to do, rather than what you felt forced to do. Oh, and one more thing. I could make a valid argument that it's even less than $27. Kind of. What I mean is this. It's the guarantee. And be warned in advance, there's a teeny tiny little rant coming, but you'll like it, I think. So, the guarantee is this. Get your copy now, and inside of a full 60 days, if you're not absolutely sure the contents of the My Passion Payday Guide to Solid Work-from-Home Earnings will pay you back hundreds of times over, every single month for years to come, I'll have my people respectfully give you every last cent back right there on the spot. No questions, no conditions, no shenanigans. And I'm talking about any reason under the sun. Just ask, and the money is all yours. Will there be people that take advantage of a guarantee this strong, read the book, enjoy the benefits, then get their money back? Probably. Will there be people in a bad way who need a trick like that to get the money they gotta have to finally get ahead? Hell, it won't be the first time. And I'm good with that. Remember that part about me actually liking to help people? So yeah, there's that. Plus, and I promise the guarantee rant will be over in just a sec, but I'm a little older than most, and I'd like to set a good example for my daughter Karina by running a good, proper business that actually gives a hoot about providing a first-class customer experience. Okay, I got it off my chest. Rant over, I promise. So, here we are, my friend, the ending of the message I made for you. And it seems you and I are standing at a bit of a crossroads together. I mean, sure, I suppose you could turn left here at this particular crossroads and forget what we've been through. Go back to your life the way it is now, and maybe go find a fun cat video on YouTube or something. You could do that. And I'm assuming that more than a few impatient people reading this have already done just that. Remember, this is the exact reason why having your own blog is such a safe investment. It's protected from people like that. But here's why I don't think you'll be doing that. You've been with me all this way, through my rants and stories. You let me tell you about the book I put together for folks just like you. That's no small amount of time. The fact that you stuck with me this long tells me you're the sort who, when they see something they believe will be a good thing in their life, well, they tend to follow through. And that is why I have the kind of faith I do, and believe you'll be turning right and grabbing your own copy of the My Passion Payday Guide to Solid Work-from-Home Earnings, and get the super modules that will help you choose the right topic and audience for your new blog. Zero in on a niche that will pay out big. Create the all-important money accounts. Choose the best possible name for your new venture. Pick out the most profitable keywords to go get ranked for. Plus, your bonus digital copies of 3 free sites you can use to make your blog business go boom. And where the big money is hiding, even in the early days of your blog business. Yeah, we both know what the right next move is, my friend. I'm here for you. See you on the other side.